getting to the line with 4.5 to go in the half.
Vesar with the wingspan, cleaning everything up for Arizona. KJ Lewis takes it to the rim, but Vesar slides over. May have gotten away with a little bit of a push. But there you see size taking advantage, and Bobby Hurley still irate with the refs. He felt like there was a lot of contact on Mason's layup, and then the call at the other end for Love.
One more for Caleb Love. The foul was on Josan Sanin. And Love leading Arizona with 12, with 4.5 to go in the half. Caleb Love hits both. And the use it or lose it timeout taken by Tommy Lloyd and the Cats. Back in 30.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Diaper rash sucks. We got you, baby. Huggies Skin Essentials is the only diaper with Skin Protect liner that helps lock moisture and runny mess away from baby's skin. So you're free to baby on.
Funny, during the timeout, as Bobby Hurley spent most of the 30-second timeout talking to Michael Greenstein, then one of his assistants pulled him away from the referee, and that's Bobby Hurley Jr., who took over the conversation for Dad after Bobby Sr. was taken into the huddle to give his Sun Devils one last play here before halftime.
Hey, what my dad was trying to say, you know, you gotta...
Dad, let me take it from here.
Exactly. Let me go ahead and see if I have some success. Plenty of time to get a good look here.
Alston Mason, the pull-up three at the horn. And a big screen was set on KJ Lewis, who's still sitting near midcourt, finally up on his feet. But that freed up Mason to can a three to take us to halftime.
Big time emotional lift for the Sun Devils right before the half. Get it to single digits, tough road game. The three-point shot has been the weapon of choice for the Sun Devils. Right here, pull-up three, Mason, gotcha at the buzzer.
High-scoring first half in the desert. We go to the studio. Kevin Connors, Seth Greenberg, and Sean Farnham.
Roxy, as we expected, a spirited rivalry, and you said it, a lot of points scored in that first half. Texas A&M had lost 4 in a row entering play against number 1 Auburn. Scary moment for Janai Broome.
Janai Broome gets a little kind of shoulder stinger right there. He comes back in a basketball game. He was ineffective in this game. A lot had to do with Texas A&M's defense.
Well, they made 9 threes, A&M did.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for them to be in the rhythm that they were from beyond the arc, but those 9 threes were huge. Even bigger, though, is the identity of this team and how they play, Coach. They got on the offensive glass. They dominated there.
They forced offense out of their defense, and they got to the offensive glass. And quite honestly, this Auburn team was not locked in defensively. They were not alert, and they did not compete the way they normally do.
And Wade Taylor was making shots tonight. Had not been the story leading up to this game. A&M never trailed. First ever win over an AP number 1, 83-72. Your final score, Sean Farnham, Coach Seth Greenberg, Kevin Connors here with you. All right, no Denver Jones, but a 41-25 rebounding edge for A&M. Not a great offensive team, Sean. They scored 83 points. So what's the significance of this loss for Auburn?
I don't think there's much significance in this for Auburn, to be honest with you. I mean, I think they've well positioned themselves to be the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament with how they've played over the course of the season. I do think after winning the conference championship on Saturday, playing without Denver Jones, they came out flat. They got punched in the face early, and they never were able to rebound from that initial hit.
Yeah, look, this is actually a good thing for Bruce Pearl because now he has a cause. He has their attention going into this Alabama game. They weren't looking ahead to Alabama. It's not embarrassing losing on the road to Texas A&M, a top 20 team. It's more embarrassing how they lost because A&M was able to impose their identity on the game. So Bruce Pearl can come back and say 29 second points, 18 points off turnovers. You allowed them to shoot 9 for 25 from the three-point line. That's not Auburn basketball, right? That's not representative of the standard we set. That's unacceptable. He's got their attention. They'll learn from it. This impacts nothing in terms of the NCAA tournament.
By the way, second straight game, single-digit points for Janai Broome. Just throwing that out there.
Stinger, I tell you what, he could not get off that shoulder.
And a big-time win for Texas A&M. Another wild game.
This one's nuts.
In the Big 12 tournament, potentially at stake, BYU and Iowa State. Cougs led by as many as 21.
Yeah, and to your point, really important because the winner of this game is in prime position to get that bye all the way to the quarterfinals. It starts on Thursday.
In transition, Curtis Jones, coach, the lead was 5.
So knocks down that jumper. You got to understand now, this is a BYU team that turned it over 29 times and is in position to win the game.
Milan Momcilovic, the 3. This one is going to go to overtime.
Great relocate by Momcilovic, getting in the window, knocks down a big 3.
First OT, 40 seconds to go. Joshua Jefferson.
They often go to in late game situations. We saw it against Texas Tech. They went back to him in this one as well.
He made some big free throws as well. Yegor Demon to tie it at 79.
Demon does a great job of turning the corner. You got to keep the ball in front. You're going to see back-to-back drives where you do not contain the basketball off the bounce. That's sacrilegious at Iowa State.
Double OT. Keba Keita throws it in. And then one last gasp. This is not the look they wanted, Sean.
No, well defended and no movement. Everybody's standing. Contested fadeaway 3, not the look that TJ was wanting.
No timeout available. They wanted to get a double gap and try to drive the ball into the middle. They didn't get good spacing. That is a rough way to lose a home game. Big time win for BYU. They will be a tough out in the NCAA tournament because of style of play.
Again, they led by 21 points.
Look at this.
29 turnovers.
Okay, 29 turnovers. In the last 25 years, nobody has beaten a ranked team that has 29 turnovers. And if you want to look at it from this way, they had 29 turnovers and only 26 made field goals in the game.
34 points of turnovers for Iowa State. Not much after that.
Incredibly wild game there in Ames. When we come back, another big-time bubble game for the Texas Longhorns. We'll talk about Joey's very latest hot off the presses. Just hand it to me next.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms after taking a medication like Humira or Remicade? Put them in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares tried to slow me down, I got lasting remission with Rinvoq. Check. And many were in remission, even at nearly 2 years.
And Rinvoq helped visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining. Check.
Rapid symptom relief, lasting remission.
And visibly reduced damage. Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Huh. Looks like the Millers got some new furniture. And the Garcias? What? The Tippleworths? Orange Days.
Honey!
Orange Days are here. Ashley's biggest sale of the year. Don't miss it.
Darling, you're the one for me. Give me all your love.
Magic is back in LA.
It's Luka Magic!
Tatum has eyes on another man.
Anything's possible.
It's Saturday primetime on ABC and ESPN+.
The dentist will be right in.
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Yeah, Doc, but there's so much to consider. Medicare, finances. Oh, and I lose my dental insurance.
You can get your own from Physicians Mutual. Easiest decision ever. It's real dental insurance that's real affordable. Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Get the Premier Dental Plan from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company, one of the easiest retirement decisions you can make. For a free information kit, call now. It helps cover over 400 procedures. Everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. See any dentist you want with no deductibles and no annual maximum.
Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
The Premier Plan from Physicians Mutual. Call or visit sendinfokit.com for all the details.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Texas had to have it. 3 straight losses, 1-6 in their last 7. 23 seconds to go. It's Tremont Mark to tie it.
Tremont Mark's made big-time shots for this basketball team, but at the end of the game, you got to get the ball to Trey Johnson.
How much is inbound?
Texas did enough. That is the worst inbounds play I've seen in a very long time.
Riley Kugel ties it at 71. Texas a chance to win it. Mark the 3 off the mark. We're going to overtime. Where in overtime? They did get it to Trey Johnson. He didn't have it, but Caden Shedrick was there.
That's the benefit of putting the ball in Trey Johnson's hands. When he gets a paint touch, everyone rotates. There's opportunity to get to the glass.
State down 3. That's Riley Kugel and 1.
Big time bucket. Now you got to go to the free throw line. You got to be able to try to make the shot. Now you got to inbound the ball. There's inbound play after inbound play that just didn't work for Texas. They almost gave it up there towards the end. That was a good look for Hubbard. But Trey Johnson needs the ball in his hands every time down the floor. Give him a touch.
I'll tell you who did an incredible job the last 3 weeks, and that's North Carolina. You know, they had must-win games you could not afford to lose. Not quad 1 wins, not quad 2 wins, but games that keep you alive, and that's exactly what they did tonight against Virginia Tech.
6th straight victory. They are blowing teams off the page, Sean. So how do we view them now?
Well, they just got to keep avoiding those bad losses, as Coach was just alluding to. What I liked in this game is they were able to create offense off of turnovers. They had 22 points off of turnovers in the game. That's going to be important as they move forward to that game on Saturday.
Still not in the field. Georgia won at South Carolina. 3rd straight gigantic win. Indiana loses at Oregon. Arkansas is winning right now at Vandy. Ohio State beats Nebraska in double overtime. SMU a winner as well, and we're coming back.
The most sacred thing in life isn't the path. It's the freedom to choose it. Freedom is the roar of one man's engine and the silence of another's. So choose, but choose wisely. Choose what makes you happy. My friends, my family, my work make me happy. This Jeep makes me happy, even though my name is
Guys, still working, eh? Take tomorrow off. Keys.
3 roommates. 2 packs of Ben's Original Jasmine Rice. 1, 2, 3 social feeds. 3 real-life BFFs. We're all original recipes.
A little over a year ago, during a routine mammogram and ultrasound, I was diagnosed with triple-positive breast cancer. Take it from Pam and her Pam-Pams. Michael was right. Get them checked, ladies. Caught early, many cancers have survival rates well over 90%. The Screening Time Off program encourages employees to take time to step out for screenings. Be the world's best boss. Join Screening Time Off. Learn more and sign up at workingwithcancerpledge.com.
There are smaller fish sandwiches that cost less money. But why would you eat the fish your fish is supposed to eat? You're higher up the food chain than that. Arby's, we have the meats.
Target made Up and Up for you, helping you save on hand soaps. With plant-derived ingredients and custom fragrances. With luscious foam to stir the senses. Sugar-free gummy vitamins for growing kids. And storage solutions with bags in all shapes and sizes, so everything has a home. Everyday favorites at unbeatable prices. We made Up and Up for you, only at Target.
Arizona shooting 57% from the field. Caleb Love has 13. The lead is 8 at the break. Second half from Tucson is next.
Huh. Looks like the Millers got some new furniture. And the Garcias? What? The Tippleworths? Orange Days.
Honey! Orange Days are here. Ashley's biggest sale of the year. Don't miss it.
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. That's the rule.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one that's all yours.
Ketchup, in my opinion, it's the epitome of where art meets science. Everything from flavor to color to texture is scrutinized. Am I a ketchup nerd? Absolutely.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
The best part of the Sonic Strawberry Mangonada Slush con Tajín is probably the sweet strawberry. Oh, the tangy mango. El Tajín. Okay, esto está difícil. Discover the Strawberry Mangonada Slush and many more flavors in the Sonic app.
Come on, Charlie. Use your new door. Let's go. I said go! Silly dog. I'm gonna trade you for a cat.
Red Bull gives you wings.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You don't just give an extra hand, you give your whole heart, because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Saturday, it's an epic finish to the regular season on ESPN. The hottest rivalry in college basketball.
Games like this, folks, don't come along very often.
The most iconic rivalry in college basketball.
North Carolina and Duke, bluest of blue bloods.
Alabama-Auburn at 2:30. Duke, North Carolina at 6:30. Saturday on ESPN.
My world is in constant motion. The gym, the airport, the spotlight. I've learned that when I'm comfortable, I'm able to slow things down. The Uri Dream Net moves with me, stretches as I stretch, and keeps me steady through it all. So even though I'm always on the move, it's the comfort of Dream Net that keeps me grounded.
Custom Ink helps us motivate our students with custom gear. We love how Custom Ink takes care of everything we need so we can focus on the kids.
We make it easy to wow all your groups with high-quality custom apparel, accessories, and promo products, all backed by our guarantee at customink.com.
Force Factor Creatine Gummies build muscle and strength, improve recovery, and boost cognitive function. Why? Force Factor Creatine Gummies contain 5 grams of clinically studied creatine monohydrate in each delicious serving. Search Amazon now for Force Factor Creatine Gummies.
Super Tuesday presented by Progressive in Tucson, Arizona. A tight, competitive, high-scoring first half here in the desert is number 24, Arizona, leading their in-state rivals, Arizona State, 55-47 in the first Big 12 matchup between these two teams in Tucson. Along with Corey Williams and our ESPN crew, Roxy Bernstein with you. Boy, that was an entertaining first half, back and forth, and the teams did it differently when you look at ASU shooting threes and Arizona powering their way inside.
Well, Arizona wanted to come out and take advantage of the depth and the size, and that's exactly what they did in the first half. You want to talk about having success, almost 60% from the floor. This is the definition of high percentage shots. Everything to the rim. Arizona taking control in the paint. But it was the Sun Devils who came down from Tempe and brought their J with them, absolutely wet from distance. Arizona State has been able to keep pace with Arizona because they've been dropping shot after shot after shot. None bigger than this to end the first half.
55-47, the Wildcats lead it. And the crazy stat to me of all the numbers in the first half, Arizona, no turnovers. I can't remember a game where I saw a team for a full half of basketball not commit a turnover.
Arizona very strategic in their approach. The open guy is the shooter. Nobody's trying to do too much, thus no turnovers.
Caleb Love leading Arizona with 13, now given 16 for the Wildcats lead. All scorers in the game.
Big way to start the second half, trying to push that lead back out, get this crowd into this game. See if the Sun Devils can respond.
Arizona led by as many as 12 in the first half. Josan Sanin on the step back. And the freshmen can let everybody sit now in McHale Center. They stand until the visiting team scores.
That young man is a cold piece of work. He is so under control and so smooth.
And a foul will put the Wildcats in the line. Caleb Love with a good start to the second half, though.
Literally indefensible right here. The defender right there, heels on the three-point line. He pulls up anyway, contested three, bottoms. He is a tough out defensively.
Caleb Love in 3 career games against Arizona State, averaging just under 20 points. He's got 16 tonight, and he's been a different player here in Tucson than outside McHale Center.
Well, he's been the leader of this team, and by this point in the season, Roxy, he's seen it all. Jump defenses, boxing one, zones, traps, everything to try to slow him down.
And a whistle off the ball, and it's a foul, a hold on Anthony Del Orso. Second foul on Del Orso. And the first on the Wildcats in the second half. Arizona again win tonight for Tommy Lloyd's team, and they guarantee themselves a top 4 seed at the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City. And they can get as high as the 2 seed at the Big 12 tournament. Amir Ali, the drop off, and Sean Phillips Jr. spinning inside, and a foul will get Phillips free throws.
It's late, but it's the right call as he got whacked on the arm. Sun Devils doing a great job of unselfish passing, finally get it to the big man.
Third on Tobe Awaka. And Sean Phillips Jr. will shoot 2. 11 points in the first half for Phillips, who was really started to emerge toward the end of the year for Bobby Hurley. Almost out of necessity, because the Sun Devils look over and they know there's no one to check in for him.
I always say it, sometimes less is more. If guys know they're not going to get the hook and they can play through their mistakes, you build confidence, and most importantly, Rox, you build chemistry.
Bobby Hurley has just 6 healthy scholarship players available now. He had 7 at the beginning of the game. Adam Miller started, played about a minute, and the hip injury flared up on him again and not available the rest of the night. So it's just 6 guys available for Bobby Hurley, at least scholarship players. Then he goes to the walk-ons after that. Josan Sandin in transition 3.
It's like a free throw for him. I mean, you look at his stroke, his ability, and now...
Delay of game warning handed out to Arizona State. You got to leave the ball alone once it goes through the hoop, and that's why they were given the delay of game. The next one becomes a technical.
Arizona State cutting this to a 2-possession game after Arizona came out to a strong start with a 3 by Caleb Love.
Trey Townsend. And a block. The foul on Bashir Jihad, his second foul.
Talk about pure shooters. This is what a pure shooter looks like. Balls on the way, straight up and down, wrist, follow through, splash. Sandin, a remarkable shooter from the perimeter. He's just on cruise control.
He got off to a great start this year. Sandin was double figures 8 of the first 9 games. Then he hurt his ankle in early January, missed 5 games, and it took him a little while to find his rhythm again. The last couple of games he has done it. Off balance, tough shot for Caleb Love. Tip free. Arizona keeps it alive, and a foul will get Love to the free throw line as Henry Basar grabbed the loose ball. And that's the 3rd foul on Sean Phillips Jr. Now keep in mind, Arizona State in their last game against Utah on Saturday in Salt Lake City. The final score was 99-73. The Runnin' Utes ran away from ASU. But Bobby Hurley's team led at the half. They were up 43-41, but then ran in to a buzzsaw in the second half, and frankly limited on numbers because Adam Miller was not available in that game. They had only 6 scholarship players available, and they hit a wall in the second half. Plus a couple of guys fouled out, which meant Bobby Hurley had to bring in some walk-ons.
Yeah, and in Big 12 play, and in all college basketball play, if you have a 4 or 5 minute scoring drought, that will do you in, and that's precisely what happened at Salt Lake City against the Utes. They were hanging tough, but just had 4 or 5 empty possessions, and the game was over.
ASU shot just 29% from the field in the second half, as here comes U of A. Henry Vasar denied by Sean Phillips Jr. Countering the Sun Devils. Bashir Jihad and one.
The Arizona State Sun Devils have come to play. This is a 5-point swing. Sean Phillips Jr. has 3 fouls, but he still goes after this, makes a sensational pin on the glass, and then it's just coast to coast. Jihad with the arm lays it up. Great sequence by ASU.
Third foul on Jaden Bradley. Bashir Jihad 4 for 5 from the line. And the rebound falls to Trey Townsend for the Wildcats.
Dare I say, maybe a better three-point shooter than Caleb Love, a guy who could really get it going for Arizona. Knocks down a 3, and here comes that Mikhail crowd.
Bashir Jihad backing his way in. The block, Henry Vasar coming over. Henry Vasar on the offensive glass, and a putback and one.
Arizona starting to flex its muscle in the paint. The Wildcats too big, too strong. Vasar muscles it up for and one. And you can start to sense this Arizona team taking control of this game.
Back to a double-digit lead. 10 off the bench for Vasar, who started recently, but coming off the bench on senior night. And Arizona has now matched their largest lead of the game.
And to show you how explosive this Arizona team is, it was just a 6-point game a few moments ago. And that lead is doubled.
Reach-in foul, and the contact made by Carter Bryant of Arizona, but the Cats are up 12 early in the second half in Tucson.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn is a customer.
I'm a customer in this scenario.
What do we do?
Protect what's important to him.
And how do we do this?
We help with car, home,
both.
RV coverage.
Great, apply coverages, because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
Did Coach say 90? Push him out there.
You've got this, Glenn.
Am I going to feel this? I felt that.
Is he okay?
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Oh, he's moving.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, serves up bottomless chips and salsa, a drink, and the delicious Big Smasher Burger with twice the beef of a Big Mac. Maybe they should change that name. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
My moderate to severe Crohn's disease
and my ulcerative colitis symptoms kept me
out of the picture. Now there's Sky Rizzy.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Control of my symptoms means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Sky Rizzy. Sky Rizzy is proven to help deliver remission.
And help visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Ready to get back in the picture? Ask your gastroenterologist how to take control of your Crohn's or UC with Sky Rizzy.
Control is everything to me.
AbbVie could help you save.
The extra twinkle. That extra swagger. Feeling healthy by leaps and bounds. Making a dinner that makes their whole day. And giving your best friend the best nutrients for their best life. Science did that.
Say the word and I'll lift you up.
Incredible, incredible.
Move my next meeting to tomorrow at noon and text it to Jen.
Tonight, we are in the great state of Arizona, two former Pac-12 rivals, and on a night like tonight, our thoughts turn to our dear friend, one of the greatest to ever do it, Mr. Bill Walton. He loved these matchups, and he's in our thoughts tonight. This is the kind of game he lived for. He loved Arizona, and he loved you, Rox. A great friend here at ESPN, and you can't help but think of Bill on a night like tonight. He enjoyed the Pac-12, he enjoyed college basketball, he enjoyed life. And tonight we want to pay special tribute to a man who made so many magical moments for you, me, and everybody at ESPN and all the fans around the country.
He loved this game because of all the offense. I can just hear him now as Alston Mason nails a three for Arizona State. Scoring is basketball.
Scoring is basketball. Do you know how hard it was for me to find a tie-dye bow tie?
That is phenomenal work.
Hey, anything for the big guy. Anything for Bill.
And the answer, Henry Basar, the big man for the Cats.
Got to read the scouting report on Basar. He can knock down the three. Big answer as the Sun Devils are trying to get close. Arizona want to stay at double digits.
Alston Mason weaving his way in. Sean Phillips Jr. missing the hook. And the rebound, KJ Lewis. Arizona runs. Caleb Love, they have taken a finger in the eye. It's the second on Josan Sanet.
KYP, know your personnel. The big man has a three ball, putting it on display. I love the reaction of his teammates. They see him make those all the time. They are perfectly comfortable with him pulling the trigger for a three.
Leading scorers tonight, Alston Mason 18 to lead ASU. And then Caleb Love in his final home game in an Arizona uniform on his second senior night with 18. Now, again, who knows what the NCAA may do in terms of giving guys more eligibility, you never know. But I'm going on a limb and saying it's his final home game here in Tucson. It's a foul and KJ Lewis hitting the deck.
I think that would be a safe bet.
To the left of the Wildcats, number 5, KJ Lewis, shooting two.
ASU foul, sending KJ Lewis to shoot two. Lewis 0 for 1 from the line tonight. One more for Lewis. He has 7. He began the year as a starter and then embracing the role of coming off the bench. In fact, he initiated a conversation with Tommy Lloyd, telling his coach that if it's better for the team, I'll come off the bench. You do what you need to do, what's best for this team. And since, he's been coming off the bench and flourishing in that role.
And it's really refreshing when you have a player who's willing to sacrifice for the betterment of the team. His minutes per game haven't changed, but what has changed is the productivity they get from Del Orso and also Carter Bryant getting major minutes in a lot of games, and you've seen his development.
Tough shot from Joson Sanin.
Boy, the hits keep coming with that young man. Off the dribble, one-on-one, he is a handful.
Now the zone for the Sun Devils. Henry Basar, and that's the 4th foul on Sean Phillips Jr. with 13:42 remaining.
Good aggressive take right there by Basar, recognizing the situation defensively, applying that pressure in the paint. That's been the story for Arizona the entire second half.
Bobby Hurley only has really one place to go now that Phillips has 4 fouls. And that's the only other scholarship player available right now. And here comes the freshman Trevor Best.
Don't be surprised if you see a defensive strategy change right here. Maybe they go some zone as well, not having that big lineup.
One more for Vasar. Bobby Hurley's just got nowhere else to turn. Unless he decides to go with a walk-on or two, which we've seen Bobby Hurley Jr. play quite a bit recently. The last 2 games, Trevor Best has really come on for Arizona State as Amir Ali hitting the pull-up jumper. But Trevor Best, number 12 in gold for ASU. He enrolled mid-year. He showed up in Tempe in early January as Bashir Jihad, forcing just the 2nd turnover by the Sun Devils. And there's Best in the basket, misses the dunk, and the loose ball. Here comes KJ Lewis countering for U of A. The scoop over the shoulder, KJ Lewis.
A big turn of events for the Arizona Wildcats. What could have been a breakaway dunk and a momentum builder turns into a sensational play by KJ Lewis.
Bashir Jihad swatted by Henry Basar.
This game's been filled with big plays and momentum swings, but right here, Best goes for the jam and can't put it down. And at the other end, KJ Lewis in the lane, spinning off the glass, high degree of difficulty. He's been slashing Arizona State to pieces all night.
Bashir Jihad gets it back. And fouled, he'll go to the line for the Sun Devils. 2nd on Carter Bryant. Bashir Jihad already tonight 4 for 6 from the line. 9 points, 6 rebounds for Jihad, who last year was among the nation's leaders in fouls drawn per game. And he has that ability to get to the foul line, draw contact. One of the strengths of his game for Bashir Jihad.
He's got size, the wingspan, good perimeter shot. Great on the glass as well.
It's both free throws. 5 Sun Devils in double figures now. KJ Lewis along the baseline.
Beautiful find by Caleb Love. Unselfish play.
Bashir Jihad. The emphatic slam for Jihad.
Big basket right there for the Sun Devils. They refuse to go quietly. Good ball movement.
Left open. Henry Basar rims out the 3, but the rebound tipped Anthony Del Orso, and a reload for the Wildcats. How about that move from Anthony Del Orso? by himself underneath the lane for Alston Mason.
Little defensive breakdown there by the Wildcats. Once again, the Sun Devils taking their time, using the possession, getting good looks.
Caleb Love missing the three in Basar, and a foul going for the rebound to push on Arizona.
Well, there's no secret that Caleb Love is the go-to guy. And when you're the go-to guy, you've also got to keep your eyes open. Who else is available? That's Mr. Lewis on the baseline for two. Beautiful drive, big-time dunk. Arizona up 10.
Have you always had trouble with your weight? Me too.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
With Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.
And I'm keeping the weight off.
I'm reducing my risk.
Wegovy is the only weight management medicine proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events such as death, heart attack, or stroke in adults with known heart disease and obesity.
Don't use Wegovy with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines or in children under 12. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation and gallbladder or severe stomach problems. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes. Call your prescriber about vision changes, if you feel your heart racing while at rest, or if you have mental changes. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, flu or upset, headache, feeling tired, dizzy or bloated, gas, and heartburn. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
With Wegovy,
I'm losing weight.
I'm keeping it off.
And I'm lowering my CV risk.
Ask your prescriber about Wegovy.
There's some things that work better together. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya helps you choose the right amounts without over or under investing. Across all your benefits and savings options, so you can feel confident in your financial choices.
they really know how to put 2 and 2 together. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected. Fair.
Told you he'd know the best spot.
The all-new Nissan Armada, starting at $56,520.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. Try the Double Sonic Smasher and at a half price drink in the app.
You want to live free?
It's an epic finish to the regular season. The hottest rivalry in college basketball. The most iconic rivalry in college basketball. A Sonic Blockbuster Saturday on ESPN.
Huge final weekend of the regular season. Alabama, Auburn, Duke, and Carolina Sonic Blockbusters with game day in Chapel Hill at the Dean Dome. That Saturday night tilts. Cooper Flag and Duke making the 8-mile trek over to the Dean Dome to take on Hubert Davis and the Tar Heels. And right now, Joe Lunardi has North Carolina as the first team out of the field. Strip, Bashir Jihad will get to the line. Right back to the stripe for Jihad, who's already shot 8 free throws in the game. And the third on Carter Bryant.
Well, we just got through mentioning his ability to rebound the ball, and right there it's on display. Second effort. We give the Sun Devils a chance to get 2 at the line.
In the latest edition of bracketology, by the way, Joe Lunardi has Arizona as a 4 seed. And the Wildcats 19-10 in search of win number 20 tonight. Trying to secure a spot as a top 4 seed. A win tonight guarantees them a top 4 seed in the Big 12 tournament.
And Roxy, when you look at this Arizona team, you can't be deceived by their record. They have one of the most difficult strength of schedules in the nation. They haven't ducked anybody, and they've taken a couple of bumps and bruises along the way.
A net ranking of 10
right,
for the Wildcats.
So the numbers speak for themselves. They're playing everybody, where some guys may have nice, fancy records, but the tournament will tell the full tale here soon.
A trip on KJ Lewis. And the first foul on Lewis, and ASU is in the bonus here with 10:17 to go on a 1-and-1. Number 24, Arizona, getting a battle tonight from their in-state rivals. And you knew ASU would come down here and try to give Arizona everything that they had.
Right now, if you're the Sun Devils, the strategy could change slightly. You're in the bonus for the final 10 minutes of the game, so now all contact is free throws. We'll see if they try to penetrate and attack and get to the line.
One more for Amir Ali. 76% foul shooter as Bobby Hurley Jr. just checked out after a brief appearance and just needing to spell somebody for a couple of minutes. Yeah, he earned that sip of water over there on the bench. But he's had to play a little bit recently, considering ASU is so short on numbers. He graduated last spring, came back for one more year, played for his father. And ASU hanging in there, down 6. Jaden Bradley draws contact, will get to the line. ASU foul is on Bashir Jihad, his third.
Jaden Bradley's so good at drawing contact, getting to the free throw line, especially in the second half. He tends to take over.
2 shots for Bradley, and just as we were talking about Bobby Jr., he's back at the scores table, checking in for the Sun Devils. And now he returns as Jihad will get a breather here. A really small lineup right now for Bobby Hurley, with Amir Ali, the tallest player on the floor. He's got 3 freshmen, including Best, who showed up mid-season on the court right now. And then Bobby Hurley Jr., former walk-on, and Alston Mason. Mason drives the drop-off to Amir Ali. And the rebound, Tobe Awaka. Here comes Arizona. The lob. KJ Lewis pushed to the back and will get free throws.
One of the few times Arizona's been able to get a look in transition. A good lob. Trying to apply that pressure to the Sun Devils in transition. They've got the bigger lineup out there.
Third on Amir Ali. Here's KJ Lewis. Just 1 for 3 at the line tonight, shooting 2. One more for Lewis. He's got 12. Averaging 10.5 a game off the bench. Tommy Lloyd, another win tonight for Arizona, and Lloyd becomes the first Arizona coach to begin his tenure as the head coach at U of A with consecutive seasons of 20 or more wins, 4 in a row.
And that's an outstanding accomplishment given the pressure that comes with this job.
Amir Ali blows the layup, and Arizona comes away with it. Tobe Awaka and the foul on Bobby Hurley Jr. And that'll put Awaka at the line for the Wildcats.
It was just a matter of time before the Arizona Wildcats searched out and found Tobe Awaka. He's the biggest player on the floor right now. The Sun Devils have no answer for him inside.
8 points, 6 boards. Awaka 4 for 4 from the floor. Misses the first of 2 shots, a 67% foul shooter. The transfer from Tennessee is Sean Phillips Jr. coming back here with 9:17 to go, and his 4 fouls. And Bobby Hurley knowing that the game is starting to slip, and he can't let Arizona State fall further behind.
That is absolutely the thought process right now. You've got an 11-point game. You got to roll the dice, put your big man back out there, and hope your team can start to make some plays.
Way out top the foul, the fourth on Tobe Owaka, and ASU will step up to the free throw line.
The challenge for Arizona over these final moments, can they defend without fouling? Arizona State will be very, very deliberate in their ability and their attempts to try to get in the lane, force the issue, and get to that free throw line.
1-and-1 for Josan Sanin. 71% foul shooter, the freshman. 1 for 2 of the line tonight. And one more for Sanin, coming off that career best 28 against Utah in Salt Lake City Saturday night. Started the last 3 games now for Bobby Hurley. Sanin hits both. Nine-point Wildcats lead. Backdoor and a flush, Caleb Love.
Beautiful play design by Arizona. They've run that multiple times this year.
And back the other way. Alston Mason for the Sun Devils.
Mason just taking exception, finding mismatches, blowing by defenders, getting to the lane. Huge game for him.
Underneath the slam, Henry Basar by himself.
Well, actually, that's the pressure Arizona puts on you. You can't stop everything. Failure to rotate, easy two for Arizona.
17 for Basar, 2 off a career high of 19 earlier this year against Baylor. Josan Sanin denied by Basar. The kick out to an open 3. And the stroke, Trevor Best.
Well, you got to give the Sun Devils a ton of credit right there. 2 big plays that almost got the crowd going, and they knocked down another 3.
10 threes for Arizona State tonight. Pull-up jumper in the key from Jaden Bradley. Wildcats at 59% from the field tonight. $18 assists, just 2 turnovers, but they lose Sean Phillips Jr. for the dunk.
Throw it down, big man. Shout out Bill Walton.
Throw it down. Out of bounds, and it stays with Arizona. 6:54 to go in this high-scoring affair in Tucson. Alston Mason, 22 to lead the Devils. Caleb Love, 20 in his final home game.
Right now, the Sun Devils making it happen on plays like this. The breakdown and the finish by Mason, but not to be outdone at the other end. Caleb Love, this is my house. Wildcats up.
Step into an electrifying world of choice. Everything you need to move through your world, your way, is ready and waiting. Get offers on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Guys, still working, eh? Take tomorrow off. Keys.
We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Let's just get one of everything.
Everything.
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef! This is so nice.
3% cash back on chicken.
Yes, chef!
3% cash back on risotto.
Yes, chef!
Where's my fish?
Here, chef!
Had a feeling you want to earn 3% cash back on dessert.
Sorry, chef!
What's in your wallet?
This conference has separated itself for the last decade as the best conference in the country.
Every single conference game in the Big 12 feels like an NCAA tournament game.
Unbelievable venues, Hall of Fame coaches,
and there's a physicality that this league plays with.
The conference that has been consistently the deepest and best conference in college basketball over the last couple of years.
Businesses start small, but a lot of them take off. As your business grows, ShipStation grows with you, so you can sync and manage all your orders, no matter how big you get. ShipStation's custom automations maximize your team's time. Plus, you get more carrier options at the lowest possible rates. Keep your business growing. Head to ShipStation.com to start your free trial today.
Nice Oakleys, Stipe. Where'd you get them?
GovX.com.
Hey, Stipe, nice boots. Where'd you get those?
GovX.com. Use it. Exclusive deals for first responders, military, and law enforcement only at GovX.com.
When you finally decide to take care of you, there's Instacart.
Well, the last time Arizona State picked up a win against the Wildcats, February of 2023. And from beyond midcourt, the three by Desmond Cambridge at the buzzer won it for Arizona State, 89-88. And that shot right there also probably got Arizona State in the NCAA tournament that year.
It really did. And I live here in Tucson, and I can tell you that shot still stings. When you talk about rivalries, Arizona fan bases remember that. And that's why they like to be a little bit more comfortable with what's going on right here.
And a foul, and it's on KJ Lewis. As the pass intended for Lewis was short from Jaden Bradley, and Alston Mason coming over like he was playing for Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah, little free safety
action. Interception right there, and he drew the foul. Second on Lewis. And in the double bonus, 2 shots for Alston Mason. 22 for Mason tonight. His season high is 26 against, of all teams, Houston.
That's tough. Houston is a great defensive team, and you put up those kind of numbers against a club like that, that's quite an accomplishment.
His career high while playing for Missouri State was 36 against Drake. But here comes Arizona State again. Just when it appeared Arizona might put him away, it's down to 6.
Got a 2-possession game, and Arizona State going to their 2-3 zone.
And just the 4th turnover of the night, all in the second half for the Wildcats. Inside 6.5 minutes. Josan Sanin finds Alston Mason in the corner for a 3, and it's a 3-point game. Season high 27 for Mason. And a timeout. And Arizona State has made it really interesting.
The Sun Devils never say die attitude, knocking down big shots, big moments, rivalry game, everything. It's been advertised.
If you keep making that face, it's going to stay like that.
I'm trying to get my own car insurance.
USAA. Grandpa was in the military. He shared membership with your mom so she could share with you. Easy.
USAA. Check if you're eligible today.
Dad, I'm a genius. I figured out how to make us penguins fly.
That's gonna be tricky without wings.
Exactly. That's why I've got Red Bull. It gives you wings. All we have to do is drink it.
And how?
Come on, Dad, just drink it. But why?
Why? It's 40 degrees below. Do you think we're standing here for fun?
Red Bull gives you wings, but only if you drink it.
Aww.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival, because you know there's value in making space for your people. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
NyQuil Vapor Cool?
It's NyQuil, plus a rush of Vicks Vapors.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk makes every moment better. With 50% more protein and 50% less sugar, plus a creamy taste that makes that smoothie even smoothier. Fairlife.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter one wolf, chances are there's a pack nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of Bush.
Once upon a time, Goldilocks took out the Ram 2500 Rebel. Next, he tried the Ram Charger. Then finally, the Ram RHO. And they were all just right.
Right now during Ram Truck Month, get $6,500 total cash allowance on the purchase of select 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. See your local Ram dealer today.
Alex Pereira, the most dangerous and destructive champion in the sport. Magomed Ankalaev. This guy can do it all.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Alston Mason doing it all for Arizona State. A season-high 27, and he has pulled the Sun Devils within 3, approaching 6 minutes to go in Tucson.
Robson, you got to tip your hat to the coaching job by Coach Bobby Hurley and his staff.
Henry Basar goes to work down low.
Big bucket for Arizona right there to kind of quiet the run, but who else? You can't play for the great Mike Krzyzewski and not learn a few things about basketball. He comes in here with 7 players, loses 1 in 10 seconds, but yet here we are in the final moments. He's got 6 players within striking distance of top-ranked Arizona.
Sean Phillips Jr. missing the hook, and the rebound, Tobe Awaka for Arizona.
If you're Arizona, you want to attack the paint. It's been your friend all night. Getting to the rim, being physical.
Henry Basar missing a 3. Awaka, the offensive rebound, and a hard fall. And the foul, if that's on Bashir Jihad, he is fouled out of the game. So now Bobby Hurley is down to 5 healthy scholarship players as Bashir Jihad fouls out with 15 points and 7 rebounds. And now Bobby has to turn to the freshman Trevor Best, who just enrolled at Arizona State in January. And Best, until last Wednesday against BYU, in 5 games had played a total of 9 minutes. Then he went out and scored 18 against BYU last Wednesday night. 1 more for Awaka.
Yeah, he's a hidden gem. Talking with Coach Hurley, so excited about his offense and his ability to score. And he finally kind of got uncorked a couple of games ago, and he'll be out here for the remainder for sure. Can the Sun Devils continue to make plays and try to draw closer to Arizona?
ASU cut it to 3. The Cats have pushed it out to 7, and Henry Basar pulls it down. The Cats attack in transition. KJ Lewis. Timeout, Arizona State.
Guys. Still working, eh? Take tomorrow off. Keys.
Arizona's pushed the lead out to 9 with 4:52 to go after the Sun Devils cut it to 3 on the three-pointer by Alston Mason. And for Arizona, Caleb Love leads the way with 20, and Henry Vasar is tied at career high, 19 points.
When they get that kind of productivity from Henry Vasar, Arizona is almost unbeatable. He's the X factor tonight. Monster game in the paint, rebounds, block shots, shooting the ball at a high percentage.
Arizona State, again, just 5 scholarship players available. Amir Ali missing a 3, and the rebound, Lewis, fouled by Alston Mason. And actually, it could be a good foul for Arizona State, considering KJ Lewis would have been off to the races.
Yeah, KJ Lewis had a guaranteed 2 points. Instead, it'll be some free throws.
Featured men's college basketball matchups on ESPN this Saturday. Number 1 Auburn looking to bounce back as they host number 7 Alabama, 2:30 Eastern, followed by number 24, these Wildcats in Lawrence, Kansas, taking on the Jayhawks at Allen Fieldhouse. And a sonic blockbuster from the Dean Dome as Duke and Carolina, Cooper Flag and number 2 Duke make the 8-mile trek over to Chapel Hill. As Bobby Hurley Jr. comes back.
Talking with Caleb Love before the game, and you played in that Duke North Carolina game, and you played in the Arizona State game. I said, is the intensity similar? And he just smiled and politely said, it's a little more intense, that Duke North Carolina. And I can live with that.
8-0 run for the Wildcats. Josan Sanin, and it's blocked, but a foul is called that will send Sanin to the line for Arizona State. Third on KJ Lewis. Sanin 3 for 4 at the line, shooting 2. 14 points for the freshman. One more for Sanin. And it's a 10-point game.
And right now, the challenge for Arizona State, can they get stops? About 4 minutes left in this affair. They're going to need to try to get some kind of momentum.
Caleb Love. Sean Phillips Jr. out there with 4 fouls. After Bashir Jihad is already fouled out for ASU. And that's the 5th on Phillips, and he is fouled out. And now Arizona State basically has no size left and only 4 scholarship players.
KJ Lewis getting in the lane, applying pressure, and that's it for the big fella.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after trying Humira, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill from the makers of Humira that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling as fast as 2 weeks for some. And even at the 3-year mark, many people felt this relief. Rinvoq can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Ask your rheumatologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you.
And take back what's yours.
It's usually just one person trying on shoes.
Discover doubles your cash back at the end of your first year, so I'm going to use mine to get something for my beautiful stunt double, Eileen.
You earn, we match.
Wow.
Discover Cashback Match.
We'll take them.
Great.
One sandwich that says, this guy appreciates wild-caught Alaskan fish. And a second that says, this guy would like another sandwich. 2 for $6.99. Arby's, we have the meats.
Darling, you're the one for me. Give me all your love.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
The best part of the Sonic Strawberry Mangonada Slush con Tajín is probably the sweet strawberry. Oh, the tangy mango. El Tajín. Okay, esto está difícil. Discover the Strawberry Mangonada Slush and many more flavors in the Sonic app.
Easy. Find a pet-friendly Italian restaurant with outdoor seating nearby and text it to Luca.
Find it real quick. Send it to the click. This is sick.
How are you? Scott Van Pelt here in the nation's capital, getting set for SportsCenter. What a night of hoops in college basketball. Number one goes down in College Station. Double overtime required. Some key bubble results. Those double overtime games, by the way, involving a top 10 team at home. Milestone night for LeBron. Warriors, a big win at the Garden. I got one big thing on Kyrie and the Dallas Mavericks. Also, Tigers on the show. I'll stop talking and let you guys get to the Final Four there in McKale. Roxy, Corey, enjoy.
All right, SVP coming up with SportsCenter after we're done here in Tucson. As Caleb Love shooting technical free throws after Sean Phillips Jr. fouled out. He's called for his 5th foul. As he was walking toward the Arizona State bench, he was using a profanity-laced tirade toward our officiating crew. And he was assessed a technical foul on his way to the bench. So those were the technical free throws shot by Love, and now KJ Lewis, who drew the 5th personal on Phillips, will get the common foul free throws. And at times we have seen emotions get the better of Sean Phillips Jr. throughout his career at Arizona State and previously at LSU. And KJ Lewis missing the first. Wild night in college basketball, as SVP was talking about, and that ball game in Ames at Hilton Coliseum tonight, where BYU blew a huge lead and then in double overtime had enough to beat Iowa State. Those two teams were tied for 4th, right behind Arizona and Texas Tech.
Yeah, when you look at the box score for that game, they're not supposed to win with that many turnovers and having blown that lead, and that win for the Cougs defies logic.
And keep in mind, the top 4 teams get buys into the quarterfinals all the way until Thursday at the Big 12 tournament. As it rattles, it goes. Henry Basar, a career high, 22, as the Cats have broken the century mark.
He has been the X factor tonight. Plays like that have made all the difference. Like I said earlier, when he delivers a big game, Arizona is tough to handle.
Largest lead of the night for Arizona inside the final 3 minutes. And it's last touched by the Wildcats, 9 on the shot clock. And so for ASU, with Bashir Jihad and Sean Phillips Jr. fouling out, Adam Miller, who was injured within the first minute of this game, has not returned and is not coming back for ASU tonight. So Bobby Hurley has just 4 scholarship players available, and Bobby Hurley Jr. makes it 5 on the court for the Sun Devils.
Difficult circumstances for the Sun Devils, but that's kind of been the story with them for the majority of the season. Injuries, players out. Coming to this fierce rivalry battle with just 7 guys in uniform, and gotta say, he put together quite a game, a lot of big plays, just toughness and grit on behalf of the Sun Devils.
30 for Alston Mason. And now a season best 31, as Mason a perfect 8 for 8 from the line.
You can't say enough about him right now. Mason having to match up against Basar.
Way off of that 3. But Tobe Awaka on the offensive glass out-muscles the Sun Devils. And when Baystar tried to claim he was banking it, that was a pass off the board to Awaka. Now,
I'm not buying it. Baystar misses everything, but Tobe Awaka with a 25-pound weight advantage over everybody on the floor. Just a man among boys, powers it back to the rim. He's had a monster game for Arizona. And the approach for the Wildcats tonight, the inside out, as they now at 104 points, it's been very effective. Tommy Lloyd and his staff emphasizing that size advantage. It's been the difference tonight.
14 for Awaka. The largest lead for the Wildcats tonight. And the freshman, the second three for Trevor Best.
Talked about Best, his explosive play, his offensive capabilities. One of those guys who's going to be a very good player in years to come.
And they go after Bobby Hurley Jr. and a foul will send Awaka to the line. 2:11 to go. 105 points for the Wildcats and Henry Baystar, a career-high 22 for the Arizona big man.
Well, it started early. Arizona finding him in opportunities. He knocked down a couple of threes. The pick and roll, he was always open. But he's played both ends of the floor. Block shots, offensive rebounds, getting out on the break. He's been an impact player for Arizona. And you like to see a guy like that have a complete game because he will be counted on, especially next week in the Big 12 tournament. Baystar, an effective big who can stretch the floor. Everything's been on display tonight for him.
Before they get to Kansas City in the Big 12 tournament, Arizona will be in Lawrence, Kansas on Saturday at Allen Fieldhouse to take on Bill Self's Jayhawks. Well, ASU will wrap up the regular season at home and get a terrific Texas Tech team in Tempe. Alston Mason to the bucket.
But Mason has just been completely unstoppable tonight. Outstanding performance, getting threes, assists, handling the ball. Been everything that you would want out of a point guard.
33 for Mason, a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. Arizona, with that win tonight, can lock up a top 4 seed at the Big 12 tournament. For Arizona State, right now, they're anchored in the 15th spot as far as the Big 12 tournament. And a team that started the year 8-1 when they were healthy. They were 9-2 entering Big 12 play, and they had non-conference wins against really good teams. St. Mary's, New Mexico, solid win against Santa Clara. Their only non-conference losses were at the Kennel against Gonzaga and to Florida, a neutral site game in Atlanta. But then the injuries hit, and this team has been under siege since, limited on numbers.
Yeah, limited on numbers, but like I said, what's impressed me about this team, and I've covered them a few times this season, no one's let go of the rope. Guys show up, they fight, they play hard. They've been in a lot of games where when you look on paper, they should be getting blown out, but that's just not a Bobby Hurley club. They fight. Tonight, no different.
And the foul's on Best. And Carter Bryant will go to the free throw line at the other end. For Arizona, this is the Big 12 tournament bracket as of right now. And Arizona would be the 3. The tiebreaker would go to Texas Tech as they split the regular season meetings. But because Texas Tech has a win against Houston, they go down the list from the top to the bottom to break up the ties. And with Texas Tech's win over Houston, that would give them the edge over Arizona. That's why the Red Raiders would be the 2 and the Wildcats would be the 3. Both free throws nailed by Carter Bryant. Bobby Hurley Jr. And the pass broken up. Josan Sannon recovers it and hits the jumper.
Arizona State trying to scramble and set some pressure, trying to create a turnover.
Nelson Mason does and gets it to Bobby Hurley, a steal for Mason. Josan Sanet, too strong on the three. And Carter Bryant the rebound. And a foul on Hurley. And the third on Bobby Jr. Has come off the bench now each of the last 3 games for Arizona State. Because they've needed bodies.
Yeah, it's been all hands on deck for the Sun Devils.
Jade Bradley shooting 2. One of the top defenders in the Big 12. Jade Bradley for this Arizona team has taken over that starting role alongside Caleb Love in the backcourt for Tommy Lloyd.
And I don't think that gets talked about enough when you talk about Jaden Bradley. Every night he draws tough defensive assignments and plays a ton of minutes for Coach Tommy Lloyd. Always 35 plus, sometimes almost the whole game. He stays out of foul trouble, but he applies defensive pressure.
Second foul on Caleb Love. And free throws for the Sun Devils, who are trying to get to the century mark. And this trip to the basket, or to the foul line for Sanet.
You know, knowing Coach Tommy Lloyd the way that I do, if the Arizona comes out of here with the win, he'll be happy with the win, but not so happy with the almost possibly 100 points scored by the Arizona State Sun Devils in McHale Center. I think defensively he would have liked to seen a better effort, but as the young folks say, a win is a win.
We've had a combined 70 free throws attempted in this game. Final minute in the camp. You just wonder, because the way the first game transpired between these two teams, is KJ Lewis left open for a 3. And a timeout for subs for Tommy Lloyd.
Right here, you see Tommy Lloyd communicating with Bobby Hurley, letting him know his intention to get guys in.
And this is Grant Whiteman, the senior, the Tucson native, one of the walk-ons, a fifth-year senior. He couldn't play. He had offers to go to other schools and transfer. But Whiteman wanted to stay here at Arizona because I love basketball, but I love Arizona basketball more. And they put him on scholarship this semester.
An amazing story. Shows you what this program means to young men who get involved in it, in the community here in Tucson.